I'm not sure about the exact night. It happened almost a week. It was actually a week ago. One of my son's friends was leaving my apartment to go to the store. I heard him leave and he closed my door, but then maybe not even 5 minutes later, my door opened again. I heard a gentleman's voice screaming, "Hello, sir, excuse me, sir." My father was sleeping in the living room. I then came out my room to see who was out here, and the officer was already standing in the middle of my living room. He turned my doorknob and walked in. He claimed, when I first asked him what happened, he claimed to me somebody ran from them and ran to my apartment. I informed him nobody ran in my apartment. Then he asked me who was in the house with me. I said my son and his friends. He made them come to the front, show ID or whatever have you. My son was telling him, nobody just came in here. You bugging. His friend then began to holler because I don't know what they was doing to him out here. He was like, "Oh, these niggas is bugging. Yo, somebody help." So my son looked out the door, him and another friend that's close to him, and they see him beating the boy up. The boy is being beat up right here between the two apartments. They claim he ran from them. If he ran from them, why is he being beat up here and the staircase is down here? This is what I don't understand. But my main thing is, how are you going to just turn my doorknob and walk in my house, but yet you tell us we have no rights because this is how you make us feel? I called the boy's mother and told the boy's mother what they were doing because I couldn't really tell her exactly what was going on because they threatened my son and said if they didn't come in the house and close the door, they would come after them next. My neighbor told me the next day that they kicked his door, and when he opened the door, the cop told him, "Get the fucking house, mind your business." But he said when he opened the door, he noticed that the boy's pants was halfway down and the male officer was going in the boy's, like, in his behind. So they told him close the door, and if we opened the doors back, we were being arrested. So all I could do was call the boy's mother. They didn't even let her in the building. They wound up bringing him out in handcuffs and just taking him away. And then it's like everyday brutality. Like, they see my son, they can see him 20 times a day, and all 20 times they throwing him on the gate or throwing him on the car wanting to search him. They in his coat, in his pockets. What is that called for? He's not being a menace. He's not being loud. He's not bothering nobody. And this is the reason why people don't want to come out their house. I don't even want to come out and go to the store no more. You come out your door, they hopping out the staircase. You come out the door to throw away the garbage, they standing by the elevator to see what they can hear out of people's doors. Like, this is violating our rights. And it's just uncalled for.